Episode 42, Progress Equals Happiness.
Awaken the leader inside. Follow the path of leadership. Never give up. Never stop trying. Get up. Believe in yourself. Not every day is going to be easy, but you got to challenge yourself. You need courage. Be ready. Stop waiting for it to happen. Go make it happen. Harness the power within. You were destined to be a leader. Follow the path of leadership. Awaken the leader inside.
Episode 42, Progress Equals Happiness.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name's Dave Rubalcava, and I'm your host here at Awaken the Leader Inside, a show dedicated to your leadership journey. Remember, you are never alone. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode, and if this is your first time, thank you so much for finding our show. This show is about leadership and overcoming obstacles and challenges and finding the courage to become an amazing leader that we know you are. So hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I do have a special guest today, so it's the first guest that we've had in 2018, and I'm super excited to share him with you. So his name is Devin Panganiban from the Positive Game of Life. And so I actually first saw Devin through Instagram, and so I saw his positive message, his postings every day, just words of encouragement, and just really resonated with me. And I just knew at some point I needed to get Devin onto the show. So I just kind of want to give you an update though. As we filmed and recorded the audio portion of this, there were some challenges, you guys. So like I said, you got to have rigor sometimes when things get tough, right? And so we did have some audio issues, we had some connection issues, and it was just kind of a challenge that day. But you know what? Together we made it happen, and I was able to save a portion of it because ultimately when I went back to play it, the first 15 to 20 minutes is not usable. And so, but that's okay, because I'm going to catch you up to speed with Devin's focuses, his past, and then what he's working on, and then we're going to jump right in, okay? So Devin's actually an entrepreneur. He's an investor, a life coach, and a self-improvement guru, and loves to help people. Now, the amazing thing about Devin is when I was reading his biography, I didn't realize the level of challenges that he had, as a child and as growing up. And so he was very transparent about sharing this on the earlier recording, but I'm going to catch you up to speed. So at an early age, his brother was shot and paralyzed, and this had a profound effect on him, a very traumatic effect. And then only a few years later, he lost his mother at an early age. And if I remember correctly, I think it was around 13. Devin lost, and his brother lost their mother. Now, this kind of set off a chain of events for him, you guys. And so this kind of led to him, getting involved with drugs and drug trafficking, which ultimately led him to go to prison. But it was during his stay at prison that he realized that this wasn't the life that he wanted. This was not where he wanted to go, and something had to change. And so that change started with him. And so he started reading a lot. He started reading a lot of books, and then he came across Tony Robbins, right? The most amazing leadership coach that helped revolutionize his path and his pursuit to help others. And so I wanted to share this interview. Even though we lost a portion of it, the last 10 minutes was still truly powerful that I couldn't resist not sharing it with you. I was going to share it, and I hope that it resonates with you as it did with me. And he's just an amazing man trying to help other people. And it's just a reminder in life, you guys, we get some lemons thrown at us, right? We get lemons that happen, and things and setbacks and failures or whatever. It's what you do with that can change the course of your life and can also change the course of others as they follow your example. And so without further ado, let me bring on Devin, and we'll jump right in. Just keep in mind the audio is a little bit rougher than I would want it to be, but you'll still hear the message. Let's listen in. So, I love that you're so man, I just love your journey, man. I love that you've kind of went from being the mentee to the mentor now. So like what? And I know it wasn't easy, and I think we talked about this before the show. How people see kind of the end result, right? They see like, hey, they're doing things, they're doing big things now, and what they don't know is
there isn't always a lot of support in the beginning when you start, especially when you start a project that you've never done before. Like what advice would you give to the listeners out there of just, hey, you have a dream, this is what you need to do to get yourself started? What would you what advice would you give them?
Uh, you know, everything starts off with doing. I mean, a lot of people, they like, for example, if you have a plan A to B, right? And get to B, everyone thinks it's a straight line. And tell you the truth, there's swiggly lines and there's curves and battles and cliffs that you have to go through for any type of success in life, whether that's mentally, health, relationship, business, whatever that may be. And to know that that journey is going to happen for you and trust in the process, it will actually give you success. Like for me personally, in the very beginning, I'm creating content. I'm creating all these mistakes and failures along the journey, and it's like no one really sees how much work you really put in. They kind of the finishing touches, like you were saying, and through that journey in the beginning, I mean, the key thing in life, the secret to success, is just getting started. Right? I mean, you're not always going to feel 100%. You're not always going to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. But the problem is human nature, a lot of people are looking for perfection and they're not looking for progress. And progress equals happiness, right? So you just got to keep on doing it and keep on striving and go through the hurdles and trust the process. And for me, it was a struggle in the beginning. When you create 30, 40 videos of, 20 hours, 30 hours at least, in the very beginning, and it's like haystacks, like there's no one even hearing it. You got 6 views, 3 views, and you're like, okay, you just got to trust the process. You just got to know that what you want to do, right? You got to find your purpose, right? The results will come. Of course, you got to know your results. You got to know what you want to do. And what I want to do is create an impact. So I knew my process, that I just want to keep on creating content and keep on, getting out there and providing value, and magic happens after that. The grit, the struggle, the hardships, everything that you go through. I promise you guys, it comes back tenfold, and especially at the stage now where, like yourself, David, we're growing, and there was so many times, guarantee, in the past when you started off your podcast, we don't really know where we're going. We're just doing, and we're creating. And as you grow and as you learn, and all the failures and mistakes we go through, the process just gets better and easier, and life gets easier. So everyone sees the shiny object, and I always try to help people, like, listen, if your intentions is just trying to, just, or if you have limiting beliefs, for example, a lot of people are scared to be rejected. A lot of people are scared to fail. A lot of people are scared for what other people think. That's a huge one. Everyone worries about what people think, so they don't even start. So, for example, that A to B, before you even start, they quit right here at A before they even start, because they talk themselves out of it. Yep. And a lot of it's the neurological thinking, right? Like you can talk yourself out of anything, but you can also achieve anything with that mind. So it matters on what you choose in life. So that journey of mine, I mean, trust the process, honor the struggle, and I promise you, you can achieve anything you put your mind into.
Yep, absolutely, so man. I love it. I love it. It's there's so much truth in, and I'm glad you shared that, because I'm not sure if everyone really knows that even any project we start, including me, I know you, Devin, we talked about this before, is like the first step is always the scariest. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to be the next, object that gets in our way. But the cool thing is, you got to take that first step, because without that first step, you're never going to know. And that's what you have to prepare for. And so I know I talk a lot about fear in our show, because the fear is what paralyzes us from doing that. It's that next step, is that we're afraid of what we don't understand or what we don't know. But it's through taking that step, that's what builds your courage. That's what builds your confidence. Like, yeah, that was scary, but I did it. Yeah. So now what? What's the next challenge?
Now what?
So, exactly.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I love
exactly.
It,
you get momentum off of it, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Now you can tackle anything. And that's the cool thing about life, man. Like, it's a never ending battle. And the thing is, a lot of people want to sprint it out, and they just got to remember it's a marathon, right?
Yep.
Everything in life, success, happiness, financially, you know, whatever it may be, it's a marathon. Even relationship or kids, for example. For you, you're such an inspiration to me, David. It's unbelievable. One thing is being a leader to the world and helping inspire others and helping your team and inspiring your brand. But another thing is to be a leader of your family.
Right.
You have 5 kids, and
yep.
man, yeah, you're a soldier.
Yeah.
And for anyone that's listening to this podcast right now, David is a true leader. One thing is trying to lead your life, but to lead a whole family and lead a company and lead a brand and inspire others, I mean, there is no excuse for anyone to say you cannot succeed in anything, because I mean, David is a proven example why you can do anything you ever put your mind into, brother. I'm inspired by you.
Oh man, thanks. I appreciate it. I don't know what to say right now. So, but yeah, no, man. Hey, you know, I appreciate. Yeah, that's kind of awesome, man. I appreciate that. Hey, but you know, I just want to thank you so much, Devin, for coming on, and you know, I just want to know what's next for Positive Game of Life. Like, what do you have in the pipeline? What are you working on? And you know, where can our audience find more about you?
Well, I'm creating a book right now in the making. It's a more detailed version of my life. It's more of an autobiography slash inspirational, motivational strategies at the end of my book. I don't technically have the name and when I'm going to be issuing that. But then I have what I'm doing right now is pretty much 10xing everything. So I'm 10xing my content creation. I'm actually going back to the drawing boards on creating content. I figured out that, you know, the more doing you do, you know, the more you learn, right? So I'm in the process of pretty much 10xing everything, 10xing my content, 10x my marketing now. I'm going to start to actually outsource a lot more of my work so I can focus more on creating content. And yeah, no, I'm just getting out there. And to actually reach me, positivegameoflife.com is my website. Come check it out. I also have Positive Game of Life on YouTube. I have Positive Game of Life on Instagram, and Positive GOL on Twitter, and Positive Game of Life on Facebook. So yeah, no, I'm in it to win it, brothers. And if you guys want any inspiration, motivation, or take your life to the next level, come give me a visit.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, I'll definitely make sure we put some of the links in the notes as well, man. But it's been a pleasure. I'm so excited to have you on, man, and I've been looking forward to it the last few weeks. And I know that you're gonna make a huge difference in the leadership world, man. And just keep doing what you're doing right now, because you make a difference, man. I truly appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks for having me here, brother. I really appreciate everything you've done for me, and I'm truly inspired by the movement you're creating as well. And like I said in the past, I mean, one day we'll be sharing stage with Tony Robbins. I mean, that's our next level, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. All right, man. It's been a pleasure. It's been a great episode, man. I really appreciate you coming on the show. And do you want to sign us out? Go ahead and sign us out, man.
Yeah, for sure. Always remember, awaken the leader inside.